which hopefully will be once a week. Okay, I was going to show you a Chanel palette that I haven't used in a long time, but also I'm kind of talking about favorites today. That's what I'll call this. These have been some of my favorite things. And one of my favorite things, I just have to say, remember I bought the Clé de Peau and I bought the Guerlain. I'll show them. Face palettes. These are very expensive palettes. This little tiny palette. This is the Clé de Peau one, and this is the Guerlain. Guerlain. I don't even know how to say it. This is the Clé de Peau palette. It's got 4 shadows and 2 blushes, and they're brushes. Perfect for a purse, right? Right. I should put that in the purse because it has the little brushes with it. This one has more. It has 6 shadows and 2. This is the Guerlain. It has 6 shadows and 2 blushes. Obviously, I want to call this a sateen, but it's a true glitter, not glitter, shimmer. That could be used for your highlighter as well. So, but no brushes. And this is called Palette Gold. I think this is a Christmas introduction. And Tijan, Camilla, I don't know her last name now because she got married. But her mom is Lucy Camilla on Instagram. She's the most young-looking, wonderful person. Go follow her on Instagram. And she got this, and it really, just the look of her face made me want to get it. But in comparison, Charlotte Tilbury. This is the instant look in the palette. It's a 5-minute face to go, and I get it in Seductive Beauty. And I have to say it outdoes these other two. Certainly, the Clé de Peau is the best for carrying in the purse because you do not need to have any brushes, so it's just good to have. It's just good to have on the go. But this one is called 5 Minutes Face on the Go, and it's because it has 3 eyeshadows, a highlighter, a neutral for transition, and then a darker color, and then it's got a bronzer, it's got 2 blushes, and a highlighter. So you couldn't get any more than you need right here. And these colors for me, as you can see, I've hit pan. They're perfect. They're just perfect for me. So, also it has a nice size face mirror. This could be plastic, but instead, I mean, it is hard plastic. It's a nice quality hard plastic, and her packaging is second to none, even Chanel. This dark burgundy with the rose gold and the way that she does the metallics mixed in with the whole line is just incredible. Even though I love the simplicity of Chanel just being black and white and classy, and that's why everybody copies it. But anyway, so I'm going to show you how quickly I can go on this. So I'm using an E55 shader from Sigma, which is just a regular shader. And I'm going to do the highlight color under the brow and in the inner corner and across, just a sweep across the lid. Mostly staying to the front part of the lid. I cannot believe when I took my makeup off, I left this one eye. That is so funny. Now I'm just going to kind of blend that over, and the only reason I'm doing that is just so some powder will have touched the eye before I go with the darker colors. I'm going to add a little right there. And it just makes the darker colors slide over better and not, you know, have a chance to stick. This is an E50 large fluffy, and I'm going with the transition. And the reason I switched to using this is there's so much area to cover, so I just thought, you know, why work so hard on just trying to get this little brush to cover? And so I got this large fluffy, and it just takes care of it. I'm done. I do tap off, even though this does not have a lot of fallout. This is really good product. She puts a lot of science and research, anti-aging into her products because she uses them, and that's what she wants for herself. Really like Charlotte Tilbury. Everything about her. So she's always saying that everything about her products is, it's miraculous, it's miracle, it's literally, I love it that she says it like that, it's literally. Okay, and then I am using a small tapered blending brush, and remember this is an E45, and remember because it's tapered, you want to roll it, and the reason that you roll it is to make sure the long and the short hairs get in there, and then definitely tap it off because it's a dark color. I'm going in the crease. And this just gives definition. You don't have to do this step. Some people will like to stop where I just was. I like definition, so I do a darker color in the crease. I roll it without lifting the tip on the edge, and that deposits even more color. And then I twist it for where I didn't use the back side of it, and come out in, make just a V, and then blend that back out one more time, and I'm done. And when you do that, when you first do it, it looks like a mess. That's because you have to blend it and fix it all. But I'm just laying down the product right now. Then we'll fix it. Staying in the crease. If you want a tight crease, just look up and it just grabs the brush. Otherwise, you can let it, the brush kind of spread out a little more and it blends it more. But I don't like to do that too much because I'm doing that right here because I have a puffy place, so I want to darken it more. I don't know what's going on with that, y'all. Y'all know that that's been going on. Okay, and so now I want to blend, so I'm going to take a tapered blending brush, but this is a dome. It's tapered, but it's more dome, and it's an E35. And I use this, I always wipe it off good. Or if I feel like there's too much dark, I might add a little of this just by literally pressing it and lifting off. Just because I don't want to have too much dark color transition here, and I think I overdid it. So now I'm blending the line right here. Don't blend the colors, just the line, and then I'm blending the edge so there's not a line there. There we go. There you go. Now again, I always say this, if you want to blend each step as you go, it probably would be a little bit more finished and more blended look, but I end up with this and I'm okay with it. So that's to each his own. That's the whole point of makeup. When people say, well, you shouldn't do your makeup that way, it's like, okay, you shouldn't ever tell someone how to do their makeup because it is art. It is not, it should never be, I feel like I got a little bit too much back there. It should never be dictated by another person. Now, if you work in a business office that is more conservative, there is a way to wear your makeup. I mean, there are ways to wear your makeup during the day depending on what is acceptable. But I feel a hair. However, in just everyday life, again, it's whatever you want to do. Just, you know, however you portray yourself, you know, you live with how you portray yourself in any aspect of life, how you dress, how you act. And that certainly covers your makeup because obviously some people, not all people, will think differently. I knocked off a little fallout. This is the small duo fiber F55 from Sigma. You can tell, I mean, I need to write them. I really do need to write them and say, hey, I promote your products all the time. Let's talk. Okay. I'm going to use just the butt end, that I call it. It's the short end of an angled brush. This is from the Chic brush collection, and this is the blush brush. And I'm using the end of that. I just want to commend myself that I did not mess that up saying that. Okay. And I'm only using that back here to give myself a little bit of a shadow. And then, and mine's more up and down because I have little poochy cheeks right here. I always have. I go over